All right, somebody else that never knows until he gives it a go, or never goes until he goes.
Am I looking beautiful?
Oh, you are.
I'm in the demographic.
I was thinking of you when she said about the jet lag, because you're always travelling. Steve Collins, of course, from Radio Roaming.
I don't ever get jet lag for some
You never
reason.
get why?
Well, I think because...
Do you get off the plane?
I adjust to the local time. I get off the plane, yeah. Yeah, well, they usually kick me off the plane for bad behaviour, but yeah, no.
Have you travelled to anywhere exotic lately?
Yeah, I have. Well, it depends on what you refer to as exotic, but I've been to Malaysia, and I've been to Sabah, which is on the island of Borneo.
A lot of people don't know Sabah because it's fairly new, isn't it? We haven't been talking about it.
Borneo's been there for a very, very long time.
But why haven't we promoted it? Why hasn't Australia?
Well, Australia is getting promoted quite a bit. It's a very, very popular destination now. It's become popular certainly in the last few years. Mainly because there's a lot of very good resorts up there, and there's also so much to do up there.
Do you know, I went to Borneo about 10 or 15, maybe 20 years ago, and we went on this expensive trip. We went to Sandy Can and everything else, and we had to go to this mountain. In the mountains up there, it's really cool, and I like the cooler weather.
You probably went to Mount Kinabalu, did you?
That's the one. But what happened was we had to go over a bridge, and we drove for 5 hours to get to this restaurant. We had a meal, then we had to walk over a bridge and go on to the rest of the tour. But because I was slightly large, after all 5, 6 hours I'd driven there, the man said to me, "You're too heavy, not can walk on bridge. You snap bridge." So they made me stay in the whole restaurant for like 10 hours more, waiting for the tour to come back. They wouldn't let me on the actual walk bridge.
Okay.
I ended up staying at the restaurant for the whole time.
Did they feed you while you were at the restaurant?
I did. Can I say I know that restaurant back to front? I knew every single man. But anyway, I know that's my own story, but I loved it over there. Kota Kinabalu, Kuching, Malaysia.
Well, Kuching's in Sarawak, which is another state, and that's sort of separated from Sabah by Brunei, although they do have a common border as well. But I was in Sabah. I went to Kota Kinabalu, and from Kota Kinabalu I did a little bit of touring as well.
Okay, we're going to talk about Mari Mari Cultural Village. Tell me about that one.
Fantastic. Because as you know, the Borneo tribes, I mean, they've been existing in the jungle for many, many years. This recreates, there's several different tribes, and this recreates the longhouses of several of those tribes. And it was fantastic to hear they're showing how they make their food. Oh, this is making beer. They make this great beer. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. And the food, they cook the food in the bamboo. They put banana leaf in it and cook it and just chuck it on the fire, and it's really, really delicious. As is the beer, by the way. But it's great. These people, they used everything. That's their blowgun. They had poison blow darts, but they used it. They showed how they made clothes and everything out of bamboo and out of bark, and they were very, very self-sufficient. That's a little trampoline.
Did you get on that trampoline?
No, I decided not to go on that because I didn't want to break it. And this is this incredible dance they do with the bamboo. They wanted me to try that, but I argued that they didn't have bamboo that was big enough. But it's just fantastic to see them do that. You watch this one because they're really, really fast in this little dance. And they, you know, if you imagine that bamboo, that would really hurt your ankles if you got it caught, but they're so precise.
And I remember when we went and did this cultural video, they tell you about the Iban, which were the headhunters.
Yeah, they were headhunters,
And they have the bigger head.
No. What they do was they didn't shrink the heads. They used to get the skull. And in the case of the village I went to, they had like a big mound that was in the shape of a crocodile because that was their symbol. And they would put the head, they would decapitate, put it on there and let it rot away until it shrunk down a bit, until all the flesh went, and then they would hang the skull inside their longhouse, and it was supposed to keep away the bad spirits. I remember that. Yeah.
Now, any more on Mari Mari? You want to move straight on?
No. What we'll go on now is we're going to the pouring canopy walk. You were talking about the bridge. Have a go at this. I went to a canopy walk and I thought, oh yeah, this will be like, you know, when you go down the Valley of Giants. No, it's that thing there. It's a bit of plank. It's quite a while, and of course it sways all the time. But you know what? It is so beautiful up there. The jungle is so lush.
Is it cool or hot?
Very, very hot. Very, very humid. To get to that, I had to climb a 60-degree slope, and that was pretty tiring.
Very hard.
But there's also the pouring hot springs there. And what's happened? You know, they've had an earthquake on Mount Kinabalu recently, which was quite tragic. Several people were killed, but this pouring hot springs, it was starting to dry up, and because it's thermal springs, and the water was getting cooler. Well, now it's flourishing. The water's hotter, and it's got there's a lot more water coming out of it. So that earthquake has done something to revitalise.
Do they have mud springs up there or not?
I didn't see any mud springs, but they've got the thermal springs.
The thermal springs are beautiful for health and beauty.
Yeah, they are. There's a lot of minerals.
Very good for your back if you've got a sore back.
Oh,
yeah, apparently
well,
the hot water.
I've got a large front, so that must have an impact on the back, I guess. Yeah.
Now we're going to move straight on to Kundasing War Memorial?
No, Kundasing
I
War
pronounced
Memorial.
it wrong.
You've heard of the Sandakan Death March?
I have.
This memorial is where they think close to where it ended. Very, very, look, it's a very, very emotional experience to go there. This is the Australian Garden there, because it was mainly, majority of Australian troops, some British, were taken on this march, and they had a death rate of 99.76%. Only 6 people survived, and it's just the most beautiful gardens. The lifetime work of a man called Sevi Chararooks, and this is Mount Kinabalu. It's on the base of Mount Kinabalu, and you look up that. They believe that the spirits of the dead live on the summit of Mount Kinabalu. And, you know, they've had that earthquake. You know what they're blaming that earthquake on?
No.
And even though they're nominally Christian in this area, a couple of days before, they had all these Europeans up there taking nude photos of each other. Oh. They reckoned that made the mountain angry, and that's what caused the earthquake. And if you go and see it now, it's
well, that's understandable. I'm European. If I was naked up there, it'd probably make a lot of people angry.
Well, exactly right. And the last place we're going is the Shangri-La Rasseria Resort.
Now, this is where you stayed?
This is a magnificent resort, but it's got this.
Oh, look at you
It's got the orangutan sanctuary. They work with the Sepalok orangutan sanctuary, which is the most famous. And these are very, very young males, and they keep them here for a few years until they can go to Sepalok. But I tell you what, these orangutans have 96% of the DNA of humans, and they are so human-like when you see them. They are comical. Beautiful. They've got great personalities. The resort itself is very, very flash, very beautiful. It's got an 18-hole golf course there.
Did we get some photos of the resort?
Well, I've got some, but I didn't put them up there, unfortunately, because you would want to go there straight. Why would I want to go?
Why would I want to go to the Shangri-La?
Well, do you like a little bit of luxury? Because it is luxurious.
I do like luxury.
Beautiful rooms. They've got 2 wings. The other thing is it's got a 3.5 kilometre stretch of beach in front of it. It's got dense jungle. There's lots of... It's got an Indian restaurant that has been awarded the best Indian restaurant in Malaysia.
Wow.
And there's a lot of Indians in Malaysia and a lot of Indian
restaurants. I remember 20 years ago people were going there, and they're still going there, so I'm saying they've probably refurbished it a lot.
They have.
It's a very famous
Well, there's
hotel.
a new wing there, but there's all sort of water sports, there's snorkeling, there's scuba diving, there's heaps of things to do there.
Fantastic.
I found it a fantastic place, really good destination.
So you enjoyed your trip to Malaysia?
I always enjoy my trip to Malaysia, and I went up there this time, went on Air Asia, because they've got really good connections through, you've got to go via KL, but I flew back from KL back from Kota Kinabalu into KL, and it's only about 2 hours before.
And you know what? They've got some amazing deals now to everywhere.
$99, $99 fares from Perth to KL. That's incredible.
They had $4 trips to Bali last week.
Yeah, I know. It's just
amazing.
Ridiculous.
Give Air Asia another chance, and I'm sure they won't let you down. Well,
no, they've never let me down. I travel with them a lot, and they're really good.
And Shangri-La, of course, Malaysia. Check out Malaysia as well. If people want more information, they can always go to your website, which is, of course, RadioRoaming.com.
They can listen to my radio station, which is also at RadioRoaming.com.
Well done. Do you know where we're going next time you come in?
Yeah, we're going to go north.
Up north Australia?
Up north in Western Australia.
Fantastic.
Because I found some brilliant places up there.
I can't wait to see that. Radio Roaming back again in a couple of weeks' time with Steve Collins. We'll take a break. Be back to talk to Shirl Westland from the Diabetic Research Association. See you soon.